What is a f***ing aura? Well, it's one of those things that's like love, but instead of intimate moments with your loved one, it would be a half-naked guy in a fake fight in a wrestling ring. Jokes aside, aura is actually one of those things that we all know what it is, but it's still difficult to explain. But in our best attempt, an aura encompasses the unique presence and charisma that they bring to the ring, shaping their overall persona. This aura is a blend of several elements, beginning with the wrestler's charisma, which allows them to captivate and engage the audience on an emotional level. In other words, are you intimidated by this motherfucker when he kicks someone else's ass in the ring? Do you buy it? That's aura. And if you don't understand, just follow our video, everything will become clear. But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the amazing videos we'll be releasing. Number 10, Santos Escobar. When Santos Escobar arrived on WWE's main roster, there was a lot of expectation on his shoulders. In the ring, Escobar has always shown himself to be a talented wrestler, and many believed he would easily win over the crowd. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. His trajectory was not exactly a disaster, but the audience simply did not connect with him. At events like SmackDown in Scotland, while everyone else received huge reactions, Escobar was ignored. This only highlighted his lack of charisma and direction. WWE urgently needs to rethink how he is presented, because so far, his journey is far from working. Number 9, Carlito. Carlito's return in 2023 seemed to be the right decision for WWE. Fans were calling for it, and his explosive return at Backlash 2023 was proof that there was still a lot of love for him. But it soon became clear that WWE didn't know how to utilize him. Carlito ended up wandering alongside LWO members as a purposeless babyface, and even his betrayal of Rey Mysterio didn't have the expected impact. The turning moment that everyone was waiting for was missing. Worse still, his current storyline on Raw, pretending to be part of Judgment Day, turned him into a caricature. On social media, the criticism was harsh. His in-ring performance has been lukewarm, and because of that, WWE hesitates to give him more space. Carlito needs a new direction if he wants to recapture the audience's attention. Number 8, McDonagh. Judgment Day is currently one of the most dominant groups in WWE, taking all its members to another level. However, McDonagh, as an honorary member of the faction, has not achieved the same success. Although JD is talented and technically excellent in the ring, he simply hasn't managed to captivate the audience the same way Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest have. The problem is not a lack of skill, but rather a lack of something that makes him stand out. When Judgment Day eventually comes to an end, it will be crucial for WWE to find a new identity for JD, offering a revamp that allows him to shine on his own. Number 7, Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross's return to WWE in 2022 was treated as a major event. He was immediately positioned at the top, getting involved in a segment with Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. But since then, Kross's trajectory has been a roller coaster. His rivalry with McIntyre, expected to be grand, disappointed, and even with various opportunities, including matches against big names like Bobby Lashley, Rey Mysterio, and AJ Styles, Kross couldn't connect with the audience. Not even the creation of the Final Testament faction, with AOP and Paul Ellering, garnered the expected attention. At events like the one held in Paris, the silence during his entrance was deafening, a stark contrast to the warm reactions the French audience usually offers. It's hard to predict what Kross's next step will be, but it's clear that the current path is not working. Number 6, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Since Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson returned to WWE, the company has struggled to utilize them effectively. Despite being an established tag team, WWE seems reluctant to invest in a rivalry that gives real prominence to the duo. The latest solution was to send them back to NXT and reunite them with AJ Styles. But let's face it, this reunion has happened so many times over the years that it has lost its impact. Gallows and Anderson continue to struggle to get any kind of reaction from the audience, and one of the main problems is the lack of a clear identity. Besides being AJ's friends and having success outside of WWE, they offer nothing that really captures the audience's imagination. Number 5, Jimmy Uso. While Jey Uso has shone brightly after the dissolution of the original bloodline, his brother Jimmy has followed a much tougher path. Jey was welcomed with open arms by the audience. His entrances are explosive, and his commercial success has turned him into one of WWE's biggest stars, featuring in campaigns like Money in the Bank 2024. However, Jimmy has not shared in that luck. His heel turn at SummerSlam 2023, betraying Jay, was a disappointment. The motivations didn't convince anyone, and fans quickly lost interest in his actions in the following months. Jimmy has drifted aimlessly, and WWE, unsure of what to do with him, has left his character directionless. Now it seems that a path is being paved for a reunion of the Usos, with Jimmy possibly returning as a hero. And that is the right choice. His journey as a villain never really took off, and a course correction is needed to regain Jimmy's relevance before it's too late. Number 4, The Pride. Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford, known as The Pride, are undeniable talents individually. Lashley is a solo powerhouse, and the Street Profits are one of WWE's most beloved tag teams. However, since they united as a faction, something hasn't clicked. WWE's attempt to make them the top villains on SmackDown has failed, partly because the audience struggles to boo Lashley, a well-established and respected name. Moreover, the faction seems lacking in purpose. The endless rivalry with Final Testament hasn't made any significant progress for those involved. The recent addition of B-Fab, likely an attempt to revitalize the group, also fell flat. B-Fab lacks the personalities needed to make an impact, and her connection with the trio has never been properly explained. Number 3, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler seemed destined to dominate WWE's women's division, but her loss to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 36 was a turning point. Since then, her career on the main roster has been a roller coaster of disappointments. Although Baszler is a constant presence, she is often tied to a series of partnerships, making it difficult for her to rise solo. In NXT, Baszler was seen as an unstoppable force, but that aura has faded since her promotion to the main roster. She rarely wins important matches, and even when she does, those victories seem to lead nowhere. The audience has simply lost interest in Shayna, and her appearances barely generate reactions. Number 2, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura seemed destined to be a top superstar in WWE between 2017 and 2018. His main roster debut was impactful, culminating in an impressive victory at the 2018 Royal Rumble. However, the situation began to change after his heel turn, triggered by his loss to AJ Styles at WrestleMania 34. From that moment, his unmistakable aura began to dissipate. Nakamura faced a series of losses in important title matches, a pattern that continued throughout his journey in WWE. His most recent attempt to regain a world title in 2023 in a rivalry against Seth Rollins showcased an acceptable performance, but the truth is that victory never seemed like a real possibility. By 2024, Nakamura had only secured one singles victory, an alarming fact that raises questions about his future. Number 1, Solo Sikoa. In the past 12 months, Solo Sikoa has received a golden opportunity in WWE. His monumental victory over John Cena at Crown Jewel 2023 put his name in the spotlight. While Sikoa's build has been well executed, his character development and promos haven't kept pace. After his historic win over Cena, he inexplicably entered a losing streak that lasted for months, confusing the audience and wasting a victory over one of WWE's biggest icons. His rise in the wrestling world has been met with criticism, with many questioning whether Sikoa is truly ready for stardom. This skepticism is valid, especially considering his struggles to elicit significant reactions from the crowd. Additionally, other members of the new bloodline are overshadowing his presence. Which superstar do you think has the potential to make a comeback and reclaim their spot in the main event? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. See you in the next one.